Well, good morning on a beautiful morning as IndyCar returns to Arizona and to the Phoenix Raceway for round 2 of the 2026 season. It is a glorious day and we are delighted to welcome you to IndyCar on Fox. Riding on board with Nolan Siegel at 20th place in St. Pete, and we know is under pressure this year to perform. Best start on an oval 5th, best finish on an oval 7th, but had a few unforced errors last year when he was turning left. The 21-year-old from Palo Alto, California.
175 miles an hour before he cracked the throttle for 3 and 4. Right here is the start-finish line now through the dogleg. And if you've watched NASCAR here, you know they cut the track there. They can go all the way up to the wall if they want. Race director Kyle Novak has said in no uncertain terms, the yellow line should be treated as a wall. There is no cutting allowed at any point during the race weekend, not in qualifying, not in practice, not in the race. So we will not see Indy cars cutting the dogleg and aiming for the middle of the racetrack.
And that's an important distinction to make. You're not allowed one tire over that yellow line. As Hinch says, it is in effect a wall. And Hinch, we were talking about this with Kyle yesterday, the commitment that you need to make when you're going to come in for a pit stop during this race. You have to make it early.
You do. So that's the dogleg is where Nolan's going through right now, and you've got to duck down onto that apron. You've got to slow down from that 100 and probably 45, 150 miles an hour when you are coming through the dogleg, and to right kind of here is where that first cone is. That's where you've got to be down to the 100-mile-an-hour first stage of pit limit or pit lane, and then as you come all the way around 1 and 2, you'll see a second set of cones. You hit the button again. That'll not knock you down to 60 miles an hour for the duration of pit lane. But it's, you know, you don't really use your brakes on an oval, so getting them warmed up and making sure, you know, with all the asymmetry in the suspension, the cambers, the toes, all these sorts of things, getting on the brakes after the dogleg to make sure you hit that first number is, it's going to be interesting to see.
And if you are over that 100 miles an hour when you cross that line, it will be a drive-through penalty. If you put a wheel outside of that commitment lane while the race is live, that will be a stop-go penalty. 3 rookies in the field. Caio Collet, Dennis Hauger, who know ovals, of course, from their Indy Next seasons. Mick Schumacher, his first weekend ever competing on an oval.
Just a few seconds ago, we saw a little battle on track for me. This is Marcus Ericsson. He's still getting up to speed, fewer laps, but then Ferrucci there through that dogleg. Really decisive move now into turn 1. And that's the kind of thing you're going to have to see in this race. You're going to really commit. It's easy as the driver in front there to just pinch it down to the left and kind of throw the block, make the passing driver go the long way around. Still early days. I said, Ericsson just getting up to speed, but I like that decisive move from Santino.
I'm concerned that right now the pace there for Marcus Ericsson, he looked awfully conservative for getting started. Now he did have a crash here, I believe, in the February test when they came here, so maybe just finding his feet and trying to get things baselined again, but probably about 10 miles an hour off the pace so far.
Oh, we've got a crash.
Oh,
and that's Rosenquist in the MSR, sponsored by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and that is heartbreak for Felix Rosenquist early on in this session, just 20 minutes through and backing it up into the wall.
And remember, guys, we go straight into qualifying after this. This is the sole practice session before we got to go line up and set the grid. So bad timing for Felix to have this sort of issue. Be interesting to see. We were on board with Newgarden when it happened, and Newgarden was absolutely flying. Seeing some big top speeds, but let's take a look here. You see that glare from the sun. I wonder if the drivers are catching that at all. And Townsend, this looks like car stepped out mid-corner.
That thing turned
wicked
fast, and that is a huge hit. Much bigger than the damage looked like when we first got the shot of it coming to a stop. That's the fastest corner on the track.
Oh, here we go. We've got the driver's eye. Yeah, just it's kind of 2 motions. You see the first little like movement, his hands kind of go to neutral. Yeah, when you see that in real speed, it just it hits different. And I don't mean that ironically, but
terrible angle of impact, and it happened so early in the corner.
Billowing smoke from the car of Mick Schumacher. It is a little cool out there, so I think that's just the warm tires.
Some radio transmission between him and the team. Let's hear what Mick's saying in the car.
Yeah, there's something weird with my dash lights. I got no shift lights. Let's try to box when you can. We'll box when you can. Try to fix this thing.
Yeah, something with the shift lights. Yeah, which again, it's, you know, it's not mission critical for the car to run, but in practice on an oval, you want everything dialed in perfectly. So making the right move to come in, make sure everything's where he needs it.
The protocol on ovals should always be airplane safe.
Yes.
Right? See a warning light, pit.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right, pit.
But let's take a quick look here. Alex Palou, look at the steering wheel, look at his hands.
Oh,
little wiggle.
Wow.
Whew, late enough in the corner, we could save that one.
That's a sketch factor score. That's
100%. That's on the board.
That's a unit.
We'll be
tracking that closely as the weekend progresses.
I just wanted to check in on Mick Schumacher. He came to pit lane with the issue. It was just the lights on his steering wheel. So they plugged it in and got that situated. It seems to be all good now. But I wanted to bring up a point that we're looking further ahead in today. Mick Schumacher is going to be the first out to qualify today. Luckily, this is a track that he's been to before. But I want to ask you guys, what do you think is going through his head? Is he shaking the car down right now? Or is he already thinking towards qualifying and the fact that he's going to be the first one of the field out?
He's probably thinking, why is my car smoking so much right now? Because every time Nick comes in, those brakes are super hot, still fairly cool ambient conditions. But I think for Mick Schumacher, the fact that you're getting in first, not such a bad thing, except for the fact that we're sharing the track this weekend with NASCAR, and I believe we've got Cup Series practice coming up next, so he'll be the first driver to find out. Oh, we don't, excuse me. Do we have any stock cars running before qualifying?
I think they're just prepping the track in between. So the good news is there's no other rubber going
So
out.
I would want to be Mick Schumacher and come straight out of practice, be the first car on track while the track temps are cool. I think that's an advantage for him. Will Power's, I think, running off second in the order, and he told me last night he's excited to go early in the roll-up.
But that's a spicy looking top 10.
And this is the reason why I think a lot of cars do qual sims early in the session, is with 5 minutes left here, it's very difficult to find a clean piece of racetrack. You've got cars working on other things, maybe trying to verify race setup. You're out there trying to get a clean run and get a qual sim. And right here, Kirkwood's going to pick up traffic right at the exit of turn 2. It'll get some turbulent air. It's pretty tough to get a clean read.
I was wondering if he was trying to gear up, because I thought I saw him go to a different engine map to maybe try another quality run. But to your point, Townsend, is too much traffic.
It's just like Fast Friday at the Speedway.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But he's still cruising around. It's like he is still looking for it.
He's hunting.
It's like Fast Friday at the Speedway, but
there he goes.
Half as long.
So there you go. On the throttle, he's made an adjustment on his wheel for an engine map.
And he's going to look to bury it one time here. Stay on board here if we can.
He's got a decent gap to Ferrucci in front.
Let's watch and listen for throttle here. Ooh, big lift. So probably not new tires. Doesn't look easy on the entry to turn 3, does it?
No, and it's
like very floaty on the way in there, and the hands don't look very certain.
Yeah, mid-corner he's hunting a bit for that grip. Definitely not as planted as what we saw from that onboard with Malukas, who currently sits atop the time charts.
And is out of the car.
Out of the car, comfortable with less than 5 minutes to go.
We'll have to see. How about Mick Schumacher?
Yeah.
Up there in 11th, the top rookie in this session. That is sensational.
Top
for
rookie.
The first time on an oval.
And not by a small margin. Top rookie by a good 4 miles an hour as it stands.
Top RLL as well.
Nice job. Nobody following you in.
To your point there, Will, as the first guy rolling off, that's the kind of confidence that you want. Nice final run, just flirting with the top 10. He can be confident and comfortable now going into qualifying.
And this was a guy who, when he first came and did an oval test, did his install lap, came in, and the team just sort of looked at him and said, you know, how was it? And he was like, Oh, that's quick. This is a guy getting up to speed fast. If there was one thing we know about Mick Schumacher, he is a quick learner. But it's David Malukas who is the fastest for Penske. The short oval specialist, can he take pole this afternoon? Oh, Ward looks quick, Newgarden quick. Those ECRs in 4th and 6th. Power for Andretti. McLaughlin's in there as well. It's going to be a thrilling qualifying session coming your way, 2 p.m. Eastern.